does it look if I do this? Is it too dark? It's kind of too dark. But yeah, so down here is the new switches I got. So these are the currently also, so I have this switch in here because I was kind of testing it out. This one I thought I swapped out, but I missed, and I have the switch to go in here, but the pins are bent now, so I can't use it. And then I don't know what happened to this switch. So now I have just a random tactile switch here, and then this mint switch up here randomly also. So that's good. Looks great. So yeah, this switch up here is the KTT Mint Linears, which seem to have good reviews and is fairly cheap. Like, all these switches are like budget switches. And they feel quite nice. They're a little scratchy out the box, but the spring feels nice. It's smooth. There's not a ton of wobble on the stem. There's a little bit, but it's not bad. And yeah, the actual spring feels smooth, but yeah, it's kind of it's a little bit scratchy. I can feel it. I can hear the scratch a little bit. And then these are the JWK, the JWK, I think, linears in ice white. So this has a pretty low actuation force, lower than these Gateron Yellows. It also feels it's pretty smooth, but also a little scratch, a little pingy, I think. So we're gonna lube all these and then compare them to the Gateron Yellows, which I really like. These Gateron Pro Linears are really nice, especially lubed. They feel really good. And some of them I've put to test. I've put these switch films on, these new ones I got to try, which are foam. So there's a lot going on with this board in terms of all the these are also switch filmed, but with a like thinner plastic film. So a lot of different stuff I'm trying out on this board. This board's kind of the, guinea pig board for like trying out different switches and all that sort of stuff. But what I would like to do, though, after all these are lubed, is to put at least enough into my WASDA keys and like E and reload and F and Q, maybe in shift and spacebar, to compare how they feel compared to these Gaterons. So I'll probably end up doing that with both, like play, Halo or Warzone or whatever, like fairly fast-paced stuff, like a week with these mints and then like a week with these JWKs, and see what I think of them, and then maybe trade them out or just have them ready to go for like another board at some point. Because even if I don't use them, they're like pretty cheap. And, you know, it's just like I have them for some other build at some point. So let's do these ice whites first, I think. Hey, what's up, Jake? Yeah, dude, I was definitely in the mood for like a relaxing time. I don't know if I need... So these don't have very much stem wobble at all, or doesn't feel like they have any housing wobble. So I don't know if I'll need films on these or not. I don't even know if I need them on these Gaterons really, but I don't know if they're even, because the housings on all these are pretty tight to begin with. I don't even know if they're making like that much of a difference. I think this has less stem wobble than these Gaterons do, which is pretty interesting. I'm doing okay. Just 8, you know. Feeling chill, feeling warm and cozy. What's up, Dash? Dashaloo. Also, so typically these switch openers, that I'm going to use to open these switches, typically a switch opener can range from anywhere to like from 10 to like 30, 40, 50 bucks if you're buying like aluminum ones or stuff like that. But I found a file and just 3D printed it in plastic. So, which probably, to print this, probably cost like under $1. So save a little cashola. Which this also doesn't work. I don't think these... Do these fit this? Is this too big? Oh, this is too big for the switch opener. I forgot. Or is it? Wait. Is it? No. I'm just being stupid. I saved money, but this doesn't work super well on some switches. I think it opened up the Gaterons fine, but opening up these is not working. There we go. Good grief, it's a struggle. I think I bent the pen a little bit too. Yikes. I was playing Halo but wanted to do big team. It's not working at the moment. Like the servers aren't working. Let's get our lube. Let's get our lube. Guess you're gonna study? No. Don't do that. Play games instead. What is this? I think, yeah, servers are overloaded. Can get into smaller matches. Gotcha. Play more games. Even though this is a vibe, I can't even see what I'm doing. So sorry if I don't respond immediately. I've got a lot of switches to do, so sometimes I might just kind of put my head down and get to work. You know what I mean? Get my ass kicked in tactical match. Only headshots melee. Ugh. College GPA always kicked my butt worse than video games did. Well, Rocket League wrecked us last night. If I lubed these enough, I feel like I didn't. I feel like this could use more. Still kind of scratchy. Let's see. Let's keep going and we'll see. Oh man, that was a. All I'll say is rough stuff, dude. Really rough time. Nah, but we had some good matches though. It wasn't all bad. Dude scored 5 goals for us and 3 for them. Yeah, I set a few goals up for them a few times. My bad. My bad. Couldn't even play for like half of 2 games because of audio and controller problems. It's still fun though. I mean, that's like what I said last night, where I'm like, I always forget how fun Rocket League actually is to play. Of course, I've watched Gwingy play like a good bit, but otherwise I just kind of like forget about Rocket League. Then I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is a good game. Right. What is happening here? Why is this not pressing down correctly? It's taking longer than just using the frickin' screwdriver. I probably should have just bought like a nice switch opener. Figured this would be way cheaper, and it was, but also it's a little fidgety. I think Gwingy is like, I forget what the rankings are in Rocket League, but I think he's like a platinum or something. He's pretty like decently ranked. It's a good game, but $25 for that deluxe pass for some skins and wheels. Ridiculous though. Yeah, I would never pay that much. I don't know if so far I've found like, even between like Apex and Halo, of all the time I've spent playing Apex, I've still never bought a battle pass or anything, and that's just because like in all the battle passes I've never looked at it and went, yeah, that's like, you know, valuable enough to me. I've never looked at the skins and felt like any of it was interesting. Some of the battle passes in Apex, the designs are just the most like boring like standard kind of designs I've ever seen. I get that every battle pass can't be amazing, but I'm just like, ugh. Definitely not buying it this time. Excuse me. Someone who does a PC game, why do you do this? Like, I don't get it. Well, I mean, if you, plenty of people just use, I think lots of people don't know about keyboard modding as a hobby and sort of the options that it gives you. Some people modify mechanical keyboards to improve their typing experience. Some people mod them to improve their gaming experience. I'm doing it primarily for gaming, but mechanical keyboards offer you, in general, a lot better and smoother key presses over like a membrane keyboard. So before I started using a mechanical keyboard, I was using this Logitech keyboard, right, which is a membrane keyboard. And after using a mechanical keyboard, I could never go back to using a membrane keyboard. It just feels so weird. But if you're using a mechanical keyboard, you can choose the type of switches you want. You can lube them like I'm doing to make them smoother and just feel better in general. But you can choose, in terms of the switch, how much pressure is required to actuate it, to press the switch up and down, how much force is required to bottom out the switch. Some switches require a lighter press to actually for your PC to actually recognize it. So these Linear Pro switches, I can press the switch about halfway down and the keyboard and PC recognizes it. So it offers like faster response time. The keys are smoother. It's just faster overall. And then you can choose like linear switches, which is what I'm using and I prefer it. You can choose tactile switches, which are generally, people like those for typing because it gives you some good feedback. And there's clicky switches, which are give the feedback while typing of tactile switches, but makes a like louder sound. So there's a lot of factors that go into mechanical keyboards and the amount of customization you can do and getting the right feel, getting the right sound. So like these ice white switches have an actuation force of 45 grams. I think these have a force of like 55 to 60 grams. And I think these Mint's switches are a similar force, I think. But there's all kinds of different manufacturers, all kinds of switch stem types and springs and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of over a membrane keyboard, it gives you a lot of control. And also you can build keyboards that are aesthetically pleasing with all kinds of different keycaps and styles of keycaps, because keycaps are a whole different thing. You can get keycaps with shine through on the letters. You can get pudding keycaps, so RGB comes through better. You can get different profiles of keycaps, different colors, different, you know. You can get really beautiful, like, artisan handmade keycaps. Like, there's a lot. And you can go really cheap with it. You can go really expensive with it. But I would definitely recommend to anybody who's looking to upgrade their keyboard to definitely look into mechanical keyboards if you don't have one already. Which is kind of what in my Discord the keyboard section is for. There's a bunch of info there. For anyone that's like interested in looking deeper, looking beyond. Get PS5, that'll be my next purchase. I've said before too that I would love to at some point make some custom keyboards for people. Oops. Did I overlube that, or is that scratchiness? What's that sound? There's like a weird graininess. Hold on. Let me assemble this and see. Jake, by the way, you could absolutely find components to like have a custom like PlayStation style keyboard. Like 100% you could get like a white or blue case. You could have keycaps that are like white, gray, and blue. If that's something you'd ever want to do, you could totally do that. Keyboard cover that looks like a beard. Ugh. I don't know about that. That's probably a way better way to lube this switch. obviously there's this spring. There's the bag method, which I don't have any liquid lube to do that with. It might be better to like just put this like between my fingers and just like rub it around. I wonder how well that works, or if most of it is just like rubbing off onto my finger. By the way, this music we're listening to is the new Riot Games music sessions. They're like lo-fi League of Legends music. Hopefully the music is good for you guys, by the way. Let me know if I need to turn it up or down. That's what was making that sound. I think some of these I didn't get the top housing back on. Making that scratching sound because it was like tilted. Watched the gameplay trailer of the new God of War game. I regretted it so much. Is there like spoilers in it or something? Big spoiler. I was so upset. How are they not going to let that be a reveal? Yeah, that's always the thing with gameplay trailers is like... I mean, I don't know why they... Why, like, companies give stuff away in trailers like that, but... I feel like if it's in the, if it's in the trailer, like if Santa Monica Studio put it in the trailer, then it's probably not the like it's probably like not that big of a reveal in comparison to other stuff in the game. I feel like they're pretty like smart about that, pretty like conscientious of just like not giving away a huge part of their game. Could be wrong, but that's like when I watched some of the gameplay for Elden Ring. I was like, this is a lot of the... It's kind of giving away some bosses and stuff. But they're probably not like... They're probably pretty early game bosses. At least in the Elden Ring case. Let me look up something real quick for switch lubing. Did I not save this? Game looks phenomenal though. New powers, new abilities. Sounds like they got another voice actor for Atreus though. I mean, I guess he's probably older in the new one, right? So maybe they had to get a different different actor. Or maybe not. He's probably just... The actual voice actor is probably just older now, so... He probably just sounds different. Probably just sounds older. Okay, I was doing the right thing. Yo, Gwingini. Gwingy coming in with the violence. Immediately with the violence. Gwingy, we were actually just talking about you because Jake and I played some Rocket League last night. Gwingy's been playing F1 though, I think, so he's got a different vroom vroom game. Not gonna lie, the F1 game helped me hit the ball in air more. I don't know how when F1 is real cars. What? Are you sure it wasn't just because you, like, took a break or something, or... Friday I'm free if you guys want to vroom vroom. Yeah, we should. Vroom vroom. Actually, I want to look this up now. I bet there's some on Etsy. I want to see if there's, like, PlayStation style keycaps. PlayStation themed. Is the music good for you guys, by the way, or is it quiet? This is the point where everybody goes, what music? I don't hear any music at all. Like the music level? Okay. Vroom vroom. Also, Locke, thank you for the like on Twitter, and Jake for the like and retweet. Appreciate that, fellas. Hey, Les Cables, welcome back. Nah. I don't have any thin, like, liquid lube anyways. I mean, I could probably use this 205, but... we're here for the chill vibes anyways. You have a jewel holder? Oh, a stem holder? I don't even really know why I would need one of those. Seems unnecessary. We're here for a long time, not a good time. Wow. Rip. Yeah, we're in for the long haul, even if it is pain. It's fine. The thick lube. Because you're wiping off 90% of the lube you're putting on there with your fingers? Not really. By barely touching it and rotating it, I kind of doubt that. Listening to the stream is twice as hilarious as watching it. So much out of context. Just talking about lube all the time. Whoa. Yeah, Gwingy does love pain with all that math. It's true. Ah, crap. I put it back over here. Did I lube? I think the stem's the only thing I lubed. I need to get a lube station at some point, too. I tried to 3D print one, but it didn't pan out super well. Probably just have to buy one. Whoops. Can't freaking pick this up. Yeah, this music's pretty good, huh? There's a certain point, though, with, like, how much, you know, lo-fi is out there where it, like, all kind of sounds the same. I think it reaches a certain point where everyone's kind of, like, sampling something similar, or kind of has pretty same kind of sound. In live stream is just play whatever. What do you mean in terms of like copyright stuff? Recently it's more. Yeah, I'm sure people are just feeling like they're not getting hit with copyright as much, so they're getting a little loose with the music. I'm sure that won't come back to bite anyone ever. I don't know how we could go through all the DMCA stuff we just recently did and then streamers like go back to playing DMCA stuff like now it's just magically going to be okay. As if it won't happen again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even before all the big DMCA hits, it was copyright law to not do that. People were just, you know, able to get away with it for a while because Twitch was muting it. So it wasn't like a legal thing you could do before anyways. And then all the DMCA stuff happens. People get hit with strikes, and then they go back to doing it. Like, okay. Sure. Good luck. Don't cry when your channel gets strikes. Yeah, I've seen that too, Gwingy, where you can route it so that the audio plays through on your broadcast, but not on your VODs. Which still doesn't exclude you from copyright law, but yeah, you just have to hope that you don't get a strike while you're live. I've seen people like on Twitter being like, I'm doing this now, I can play this music again. I'm like, not really? Like, it's kind of a band-aid of a fix, sure, but my thinking is if Twitch bans all the people that play copyright music on their streams, the number of streamers would decrease rapidly. Well, especially because people were, getting strikes for, like, music they had on their stream, like, years ago. That was in, highlights or, like, old broadcasts or whatever. Which, to me, I mean, I've said this before, unless it was, like, in a game or something, I don't know that I've really ever played copyright music, just because I knew from the start, like, it was just better to avoid it. But that's always been my thing that's annoyed me about the copyright stuff, is when streamers are, like, surprised by it. It's like, you should have like, understood this stuff before. To me, I don't know, it's just, like, not that complicated. People try to make it out to be. So surprised. Yeah, that was one of the complaints too. I think I saw at some point where it was like, well, Twitch should have done a better job of explaining this to us. It's like, it's in their, pretty sure it's in their, like, terms of service or their guidelines or whatever, but people just want to, like, throw away all personal responsibility and be like, well, Twitch should have better explained it. And Twitch eventually had to come out and be like, okay, here's better. Here's more guides for copyright. But that's the sort of thing you run into with streaming in general, right? Like, people don't do any kind of research on, like, how OBS works or how streaming works, so then they, like, don't know how to troubleshoot or whatever. And, like, don't want to do the research themselves, Ugh. Did I accidentally... might have, like... really over-lubed this one. Maybe not. That other streaming service? This new one that was supposed to release? I don't know. There's always been this streaming service called Brime or Brine or whatever on Twitter that I still to this day think is some sort of like weird troll. I don't think it actually exists, but I don't know what other one you're talking about, though, if that's not it. I know. It's... I don't know why it's so long. When you really just need to grip up here at the top and... like, I'm not gonna, like... You're not talking about Mixer, are you, Jig? Rest in peace. Just to brush away the haters. Thankfully, you know, knock on wood, I've never had too many of those. Yeah, Mixer died pretty fast and screwed over all of its employees and creators along the way. Pretty cool. You know what I am interested in seeing how it goes, though? Dr. Disrespect just announced a new game studio. I'm very interested to see how that goes. Maybe they'll make something actually interesting. Game studio. Game development studio. Follow Creators, he is the one that would do that, yeah. Which, I mean, he was, like, seeking investors and stuff at some point, which I guess he got it, but I'm sure he has a pretty hefty amount of money to invest at this point too. But it's him with along with ex Call of Duty and ex Call of Duty, Halo, and Gears of War developers. So developers and artists. So I feel like it, you know, could end up being something pretty tasty. Production of the streams enough to say that, yeah, if he yeah, brings along like the team that works on his production stuff. Could easily make something good. I saw somebody say though that whatever, you know, kind of game they develop, it's going to have the best audio that any game has ever had. So that's all Doc complains about is game audio. I forgot who it was on Twitter that said that, but it's going to have the best footstep sounds you've ever heard. Footsteps are probably going to be like the loudest thing in the game. Wonder how many people he does have for that type of production, though. Well, he's probably got at least a couple 3D artists. And then he has, I'm sure, a couple artists that work on thumbnails and like 2D assets and stuff. And then I think he does all the scene switching and, you know, audio and stuff himself. I mean, Alex does it. A team of 10 easily. In terms of his stream stuff, I don't know. I don't know if it's people that specifically work for like him only, or if he like outsources to some sort of art studio. Tim has whips, that's all. Whips. Ayo, whips. Hey, whips. No shot, whips. Hey. Yo, whips. Which Whips does, unless Whips like manages like other people who do the thumbnails. I think he does like a lot of the thumbnail stuff. And then also does like some of Tim's like production stuff, like his live production stuff too, which is kind of wild. Yo, somebody hire me just to remotely scene switch for you. I'm on it. I'm on the job. I'm ready to go. That is something I've wanted to do for a while though, but I just, especially on my old PC, like there was no chance it was going to work, but to have a multicam stream, to be like playing myself and then like someone else playing and I'm like playing and swapping perspectives. which there was no chance that was going to work on my old PC. My old PC barely handled just me playing. Of a couple that streams who do different scenes depending on who is playing or talking, etc. Yeah. Which, if you're the person if you're playing and scene switching at the same time, it's not too difficult to do if you set it up with like a stream deck or something. It's just like a button press, but you gotta get good at playing and then also like having the like stream like content knowledge. Uh-oh. Did my PC just freeze? Whoa. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Everyone in chat should probably refresh just to be sure, maybe. Yeah, screw water, dude. Big water's just out to get you. For real though, I read an article that said a water brand was just using filtered tap water. I mean, yeah, I'm sure like bottled water companies cut as many corners as possible. Alright, I had to check something real quick. So when I always drink soda, it's automatically bad for you, so I'm not disappointed. Yeah, I probably drink a little too much soda, but, you know. You gotta live life. You know what I mean? Exactly what I said when I ate the 10-pound bag of popcorn shrimp. Sometimes I legit do feel that way though, where I'm like, I should stop eating this or stop drinking this and get healthier, and then at the same time I'm like, but like, that's not as enjoyable. Sometimes you just gotta do what feels good and makes you happy, you know? Obviously, if it's really bad for your health, you probably shouldn't, but sometimes you just gotta kind of let it fly. Chicken nuggets dipped in. Ugh. Alright, that's. That's so much. I don't know that I want to know. See, just updated for you. I thought we were talking about things that make you happy. Wonder what the Christmas event would be on Siege. Probably the exact same thing they did before, I would guess. Apex did the same thing where they've done for all their special event, like holidays, they've done the exact same thing. And so did Warzone for Halloween. Which I guess isn't too bad. I mean, it's only like... those special ones are only once a year, so I guess it kind of makes sense to do the same thing again. I just feel like game-wise, there's just nothing out there right now that's really like... at least multiplayer-wise, that's like really doing anything amazing, you know? Maybe I'm just like not as hype about games in general lately, but it just feels like there's nothing out there that's like, whoa, this is insane, you know? I'm getting worried about I'm just not interested in games anymore. I think that's just sort of a natural place sometimes. Either because things that are going on in life, or you get interested in other things, or other hobbies, or, you know, sometimes the games just aren't hitting the spot. Which I hit that place often where I'm just like, I just don't want to... I don't want to play any of this. I feel like I have so many options and nothing I actually want to play. I think currently, in terms of like upcoming games, I feel like Elden Ring is like the one that I'm most excited about. Just because I'm like pretty confident that From Software will deliver a game that like works. Whereas with other games and other developers, I'm like, is this even going to function when it launches? Like, is this even going to be playable? I think that's kind of taken the like wind out of my sails with games recently too, is like, am I going to pay $60 for this game and it just doesn't freaking work? Sure, Jake. I mean, it might not be a dumb question. You can just ask it. What happens if you don't fix all the keys? Does the whole board not work? No. Each, I mean, if like a key is missing, then the rest of the board will still work. I'm not like actually fixing anything by doing this. It's just improving. Like all these switches I could just plug in and they would just work without me doing like anything to them, as long as they fit the board. But I could pull one of these other switches that I haven't done anything to, just pull them out and plug it in and it'll work. My bad, dumb question. I mean, not really. I'm down to answer whatever question you want to ask me. I'm not a like wealth of knowledge on keyboards, but I mean, I don't know which switches I'm gonna put in here first. I hate that I have to have these like random switches in here now because, like I said at the top of the stream, I had everything in here is all yellows except for this one, which I thought I changed out and didn't, I guess, and then this one. So this yellow I accidentally bent the crap out of one of the pins, so I'm either gonna have to try to unbend that at some point. And then this one, I don't know what happened to the switch. I just have like a missing yellow switch where I should have enough, unless I only bought, maybe I only bought 60. Maybe I'm missing one switch. I think I only bought 60. I think I bought 40 and then bought 20 more. That's why. That's why. I don't even have the switch. I just... Dang. So this I could replace with one of these if I fix the pin, but then I'm still missing just a single switch. Oof. Oof. How many switches do you have for your spacebar? So for things like the spacebar, Ugh, just like gunk in there. The space bar, the shift keys, backspace, enter. They have a single switch and then 2 stabilizers. So the stabilizers are there to keep your bar from like rattling and wiggling, so that it's a like even up and down press. So everything's a single switch, but there's 2 stabilizers. You buy them individually. Typically they'll come in either a pack of 10 or a pack of 25. So the yellows came in packs of 10, and then this came in a pack of, I think these are packs of 25. Yeah, packs of 25, and then these ice whites came in a pack of 25. Depends on the brand, depends on the cost. But I think these mints, I got like in packs of 25 for like, I want to say like $4 a pack or something, which is like very very good cost. So I'll have to try to fix this switch though, because I like these yellows a lot. Well, there goes my phone dying. Rip touch portal. I always forget to charge it before I stream. Okay, well, all these are lubed. So, let's do a test. I'm gonna throw on just a random keycap there, and actually, hold on. Well, actually, these were on the same row, right? Yeah, B and X. Yeah, I don't know why I... Okay. So let's do... Is my hand just like lubed up too much? There we go. Okay, let's swap one of these. Ooh, that feels smooth. Okay. So these ice whites also have, I mentioned earlier, a require less force. It's much more muted sound for sure. You have to like put new lube on the switches. I don't believe you have to. Once they're lubed, I think you're pretty good to go. Unless of course you put on too much lube or too little, then you have to like adjust it, but Gateron Yellows are like pretty like generally well received and pretty good, but I might like do I like these like budget switches better? Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me do... Let me just do this and... Alright, sorry about that. I had to deal with a bug. I think there's another one in here too, but I don't know where it went. Sure, I'll find out later. Alright. I was going to do a sound test for you guys on these, but if you listen to what these Gateron sounded like before, they're pretty similar. I mean, I guess I'll do one anyways. So on the left is the Gateron Yellows, which is the rest of these, and then on the right here, on the X key, is the JWK Ice White Linears. The sound on that is not too bad. I might, I think I might swap my Gaterons over to that first to test out for like a week or two or something. But let's lube these mints as well, and then compare like all three of them. Get this tactile out of there. I am not a huge fan of tactiles. Which I say that, but also those tactiles are like, they're just like Royal Kludge tactiles, so they're pretty like budget, super low cost switches. So I need to try other tactiles at some point. That might be like the next group of switches I buy. Some like Gaterons or something. But anyways, I know I lubed, I guess it was only this one. Actually, this one should be lubed. I should just test. Whatever. I'm gonna have to use like this for now for backspace, I think, anyways. Did OBS just freeze again? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. It keeps freezing and like the camera keeps, and the preview keeps freaking out. And it's like just my camera that I'm streaming. It's done that a few times when I'm like streaming a game or something, but that's so weird. I don't even know why it's doing that. And earlier when I did that, like my whole PC froze up, so I don't know what the problem is. Might be a problem with my like GPU or something. Okay. Oh, that's right. These have... Why did I leave this switch up? It's a cable loose. Could that cause it? I don't think so. I don't know why that's doing that. Could be my like browser or something that's causing it too. If there's like a memory leak. I'm using Opera GX. I might have to just like swap back over to Chrome or something. Because it was kind of causing some problems earlier, even off stream, so. I don't think either of these will open this. No. Rip. Use the good old flathead screwdriver. It's going pretty well, you know. We're just out here lubing hard. Are we lubing hard or hardly lubing? Let's see which way connects with. It's like this, right? So, yeah, okay. I was about to say, Dash probably isn't studying. She's probably waiting till the last minute to study. You're playing video games instead, aren't you? No, she wouldn't do that. What? What, dude? Dash? No. I am studying. Yeah, okay. Okay. Whatever you say, dude. Wink. Wink, wink. She's studying the combo move on a controller. That's what she's studying. She's studying Halo strategies. Juvenile chapter? What? Yeah, Dash, you creep. No, she's in, she's in criminal justice. Yeah, no, it's how to beat children in Halo. It's how to interrogate juveniles in the Halo lobby. We're on the elderly chapter now. How to interrogate old ladies. How to react when a teenager teabags you in Halo. What's your next move? You just got teabagged. What do you do? Alright, let's see. That feels so weird, pressing all these at once. They all have such a different feel. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. This is so hard to like, especially if you like don't know anything about mechanical keyboards. This is so like weird to explain, but and like I said, even I'm still super new. Like, I haven't tried a whole lot of different switches, but you can just feel the difference between all three of them. It's so strange. I think these two have the same... Let me check, actually. Do these have the same actuation force? It feels like it, or they're very similar. Linear switches, actuation is 50 grams, and then this is, oh, this is 40, this is 45. Yeah, I can kind of feel that now. Well, Dash, you need a gamer guide to learn how to beat old people. I'm old too, gotta lessen the population. Jeez. They're the most populated demographic compared to all other ages. Question is, do I like this more, though? Do I actually like this more than... That was weird. Inappropriate. I read that in chat and just... full scent. Oh, that's so weird to... Also depends on if I like under-lubed or over-lubed this. This definitely feels like it has like a snappier kind of... I think this has like a snappier, tighter spring. Because I can feel like the snappier spring back. Weird. Stream's great. Dash is gamer guys, and John's playing with his switches. I think these ice whites though might be like... I might like this better than both of them just because of how light of a force is needed. It's very smooth too. They're all linear switches though, and they're all like pretty similar. But you can definitely feel the difference between each one, but they're very similar. It's like not something I could like describe. This is definitely snappier though. This mint switch. But this for like playing games, this JWK switch is like so light, so smooth. I might swap some of these over to this because this is... I wish I had enough to fill all of my alpha keys though. I just bought like a single pack just to test it. The more I get into the hobby, the more I like become more aware of how like weird of a hobby it is. Just sitting here pressing 3 keys like, oh, yes. Oh. It feels the same as being like a wine or like whiskey expert or something where you're like, oh, these two are similar, but this one has much of a more smoky flavor, while this one has hints of honey and a very slight sort of smoky aftertaste on the tail end. Suggestion: you want to keep a notebook of your ideas discovery? That's actually kind of big brain. Let me open up the old notepad. Let's see. Gateron Yellow. KTT Mint. And JWK Ice White. Let's see, the KTT, I'm just going to put some basic 25 gram actuation. Ow. $15mm spring. Big brain moves. This is Gateron KS9 Pro switches. This has a 50 gram actuation. the ice whites. JWK. Where it be? Durox. JWK Linear switches. Ice whites have a 45 gram. Okay. All right. Cool. Good move. All right. So hard to tell which of these I like better, though, overall. The yellows obviously have the... Well, the yellow and the mint, I think, is the same force, yeah? No. Yeah, the Gateron has... Only requires 5 grams more of force, but I can, like, feel the difference, which is crazy. Probably has to do with the spring as well. This has a longer spring, I think, the mints. Aesthetically, I like these mint switches. This blue, this like teal blue housing and the white stem. It's very nice. Big brain dash. 5-head dash. Actually, before we continue, I guess I might as well try to lube a lot of these other switches. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick and take a little break, and then I will be right back. So I'm just going to mute and leave the music, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Yo. What's up, Michaela? Yo, is this a frickin' bot? Not today, but... Thank you, thank you. Playing some Destiny. Not playing Dead by Daylight. What where do you want in Destiny, Michaela? Been a sucky mod up until now, but today's I redeemed myself. I mean, there's never been like a whole lot for you to do as a mod, to be honest. Studying, kinda. Yeah, we know. Been doing Nightfall of my Warlock in their Christmas event. Ooh, gotcha. Okay. Have they added in the Halo style weapons yet? I knew they were going to at some point. I'm on break. Saw a picture of my textbook vibrating. Good grief. Freaking going hard. Yo, we've been talking about lube and like slamming switches. We can't be talking about vibrating textbooks now, okay? This is too much. We're getting too wild, guys, okay? No wonder they say school's a pain in the butt. Well, yeah, when you stick your textbook up your ass, yeah. The true college experience, huh? Switch on's a lube expert, he'll tell us. Well, the amount of lube required to stick a textbook up your own anus is monumental. They got a chemistry book up there, not gonna lie, I'm impressed. Those things are huge. How should the lube be applied, sir? A big paintbrush. Well, first you have to shove a paintbrush up there, covered in lube. Michaela's like, I've been silent because I've been playing games, and the first thing I come back and say, Let's talk about shoving hardcover books up your ass. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go back and play Dead by Daylight now. I regret. Hardcover is better because the oil from the lube doesn't break the pages down as quickly. At least we're thinking about the book in this case, you know? We don't want to damage the book. That would be the real problem here. Well, you may need the book later, am I right? You can't study if the book is damaged. I feel like this is something you do on sort of graduation day. Just as a, like, I'm out of here, and also a celebration. You're like sticking it to the college while also sticking it to yourself, you know? You're like, screw you and screw me. Instead of tossing the cap, you toss the book. Yeah, into the garbage immediately. Did that spring just fall on the floor? It did, didn't it? This is why I need a freaking lube station. I've dropped so many springs on the ground that they just roll off my desk onto the ground. 1 second. I at least need to get like a little tray. I probably have a tray I could use. I just need like a little tray to sit the stuff in while I work on it. Time to spring into action and get one. Alright. Alright, guy. You left on the inside. Yes. No, I turned it off on purpose. For a hot sec. Getting good at a hobby is what I need to do. Get into keyboards, Jake. Let me introduce you to the money-sucking hobby of modding keyboards, Jake. Welcome. Welcome. Like, no joke, like, even off stream, if I'm, like, doing keyboard stuff or, like, lubing switches or something, I find it, like, super satisfying. Just because it's, like, a tactile, like, something you're doing with your hands. You can, like, listen to a podcast or music or something while you do it, and then you can, like, immediately feel, like, the difference of the before and after. It's nice. I like it. I also have to, speaking of hobbies, fix my freaking 3D printer this weekend. Because it had a plastic leak. So now I gotta deal with that. Think about getting into Legos or models? Yeah, dude. I always think about that too, like painting miniatures, like D&D miniatures and those like really intricate Lego sets and stuff. That's cool too. I bet that's relaxing. What happened? I think over time the nozzle wasn't on tight enough, and plastic eventually kind of stopped extruding out of the nozzle, and I think it was like because the nozzle wasn't on tight enough. It was like slow, but it eventually like was melting and pulling up into the heating block and into the tube, and it was blocking everything. So when I pulled the tube out to take it apart, there was burning plastic, and it smelled absolutely terrible. Can you stream fixing that? It sounds awesome. Probably not. It's something I'm either going to have to set the printer like outside and let the plastic burn out, or like soak the block in something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like research if typically acetone will sort of melt away plastic, but I don't know if it's will be enough to sort of fix my problem. There's a recommendation I saw that was just like heat it up and let the plastic burn, but yo, Cozy, what's up, bro? Hey, bro. What's up, bro? Thanks for the 28 months, brah. Manic, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. How's it going, Cozy? What's good, Chief? Still waiting for the cooking stream, though. Maybe someday. Just woke up. Oh, yeah. I always, like, totally forget about what your, schedule is like. Oh, good morning, I guess. Missed a lively conversation about textbooks. Yeah, it was a it was interesting. It wasn't your typical textbook conversation. It was about shoving them up your ass, but you know, we'll leave it be for now. Might sleep some more. I'm still well then. Might sleep some more. I'm still sleepy. I mean, yeah, if you got the time to do it, then it's probably a good idea. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, chat. I know this setup is putting me to sleep. It's like really warm and like cozy in here. This music's going, like doing this, like I'm about to fall asleep. Dash, just go to sleep, dude. Like, come on. Stop studying, go to sleep. switch to tomorrow, but I want to get it done today. Nah, that's a problem for tomorrow. Come on. I still have dreams about that, about like high school sometimes. Where in the dream I'm like, I forgot my locker combination. Oh. And it's like horrific. Dash is a bad influence on me all the time. She tries to get me to do things with textbooks. Yeah, that's true. She did do that. It was kind of weird, but, you know, it was an experience. It was something I've never felt before. It lasted 8 seconds. New record. May I ask you to explain your process of fingering my switches, or what do we talk about here? Oh, what I'm doing now. Right. Yeah, hold on. Let me finish this one and then I shall explain. How do you finger your switches? Explain to the class your process. Alright, let me put this one back together and then So ultimately, what we're doing is lubing the bottom housing, the top housing, the stem, and the internal spring. Just in general to sort of smooth everything out. Some switches, when you get them, will be pretty good out of the box, and you can just use them as is. Other switches, you can feel a bit of a like scratchiness, or like a ping sound, and lubing all of the components will smoothen that out. It'll smooth out the press. It'll get rid of the scratchiness sound and feeling, and get rid of some of the like spring ping. So overall, lubing a switch is lubing all those components to just sort of improve the overall like sound and feel of the switch out of the box. Of course, all of them can be used straight out of the box. You can just take them out, and if they fit the keyboard correctly, if it's the right type of switch for the board, then you can just use it. But if you're like into the hobby, the majority of people are going to take out their switch and lube it, and maybe apply a switch film to the inside, stuff like that, which I do have switch films, but I haven't really used them for any of these switches so far that I'm lubing tonight. And what the switch films will do is sometimes, this seems to be pretty tight, but sometimes between the top and bottom housing, some manufacturers won't have a like enough of a consistency in their switch, so there may be like a gap in between the top and bottom, so you can put a switch film in there which sort of bridges that gap, and it'll keep the top and bottom from like wiggling too much and like scratching and making noise. But not every switch necessarily requires that. Like this one doesn't seem to, but that's an even like further step that you can do to switches to modify them. But for the most part, just lubing the bottom housing, the top housing, the spring, the stem is kind of like the go-to sort of modification. So this is our bottom housing. We'll lube the floor. We'll lube the contact rails on the sides. We'll lube the sort of contact stem in the middle. And for our top housing, we'll lube the contact areas on the sides. Lube up our spring all the way around and top to bottom. Lube our stem. Lube the side rails there and the feet on both sides. Pull that. Lube up our contact in the middle, and we're good to go. How'd you get into this, or like how'd you find out about this process? Ultimately, I think it was in like maybe late September, October or something. I was like looking to upgrade my keyboard, and I like knew about mechanical keyboards, and that like if you're gonna like upgrade to a keyboard, that was kind of the way to go. And then just from there, I started doing some like research on like, if I get a mechanical keyboard, like what kind of keyboard should I get? And then that led me to like a bunch of different like keyboard enthusiasts and sites and videos and all that stuff. And I discovered like all the different customization and the sound and like the types and all that stuff. So yeah, it sort of started from there, that I just wanted to get like, I wanted to upgrade my keyboard and also get a smaller keyboard. And then, yeah, down the rabbit hole I went for like a couple months, just like researching stuff. I'll be dumb and probably overlube. Yeah, you can overlube switches for sure. I mean, it's not really like a dumb thing, because there's still like people who have been into mechanical keyboards for like years and they still overlube switches, so it's kind of just the thing you have to like feel out, you know. I feel like I'm pretty like generally consistent with my lubing, but there's sometimes where I under lube it and then sometimes where I over lube them, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Feel the lube. Yeah, you can really feel it when you over lube it, and you can like hear it freaking squishing. It's like it's like, oh, yep, too much. But yeah, before I really get into like buying more boards and all that stuff, I'm just trying to like, you know, gradually over time, like try different kinds of switches and see how everything compares and what type I like and that sort of thing. There's definitely the weird draw to be like, ooh, look at that board, and ooh, look at these keycaps, and ooh. Is it expensive? I'm assuming so. It can be. It depends on like this keyboard didn't come with these switches. It came with brown tactile switches, which I chose those tactiles just to try them. But this board, it's hot swap It has RGB. You can choose the switches. Was like $55. So you can get into it for pretty cheap. Or you can get into the big boy stuff and spend hundreds of dollars on just the case, then spend like $100 on keycaps, and then spend like another like 100 or so on all the switches. Like, you can but I'm not really interested in doing that. I'd prefer to buy budget keyboards and then upgrade them. Because I don't have that much money to spend. Because that's kind of crazy. But what I like about them too, especially if you get some nice keycaps, is they're kind of just like a nice display piece. Like, you can get like really nice colors and like gradient keycaps and stuff, and then have RGB, and it's like kind of a nice decorative thing that can also be functional. It can be like a decorative thing that you can like take off the shelf and actually use it. I'm sure that there's like plenty of people that would think like putting a keyboard on a shelf is, on like a display shelf, is weird, but I like tech stuff, so it's like a, it's like a nice blend of like tech and like creativity, depending on like how you design your keyboard and stuff. People put a lot of things on display shelves, old gaming devices, models, books, who cares? Yeah, true. Yeah, there's anything you put on a shelf, there's someone from like some other hobby or group or whatever that's going to think that's weird, so it doesn't really matter. Then there's the Funko Pop collectors. I don't mind Funkos too much. I have a couple of them. I think... How many do I have? I think I have like 5. Beyond that, though, I've never, like, cared too much to get more of them, but... The only one I've seen recently that I was, like, really tempted to get was it was a Kraft mac and cheese Funko. I was like, I might need to buy this one. It was like a blue box of Kraft mac and cheese. I was like, I have like one. The collectors are a different breed. I don't know. I mean, I guess that goes back to like what we were saying though, right? Where you can like, no matter what you collect, there's gonna be someone that's like, that's a weird thing to collect. Time to start up my hentai statue collection. Let's go. Time to get my anime shelf going. Let's go. Which even that is like, if you enjoy that, then, I mean, you know, you might as well collect it and show it off, I guess. I'm just not into that, so I don't really... Not really of interest to me, but, you know. You do you, I guess. I just put so much lube on the spring. Whoa. Let's even that out a little bit. Ah, crap. Did I lube this already or not? don't think I did. I put it like too close to the other pieces. I don't remember. Calm down there, Chief. Putting a little too much lube on there, feller. I don't think I'd lube them. I gotta trust in my system, you know? Lube stuff goes over there, non-lubed is here. And they were all over here, so gotta trust in my system. There's no way I would ever screw it up. Impossible. Of course, I'm professional. Professional luber. Oh, yeah. Friggin' stab myself. Keyboards are dangerous. E. I stabbed myself. E. Alright, sounds good, Koza. I feel like I'm gonna sleep so good after doing this. Just finish up this stream and then just be like, time for bed. How long have I been streaming? Well, that timer isn't correct because I had to restart OBS. I don't remember what time I started. Discord? When did I start? 6:15? So, like 3.5 hours? Okay. For a second here, my brain just like completely broke and I just forgot how to do anything. I couldn't figure out where to put my brush. I like kept turning the stem the wrong way. Like, what am I doing? But I guess that's life, chat. What are we doing? What are we doing, really? Well, that is... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought I was already through this whole package. But I have... six more. And then... two more packages of these. Which I probably won't do on stream. I'll probably finish up these and then call that a stream and then maybe do the rest off stream or some other time or something. I should have just been sitting like this the entire time. I was sitting forward and my back is killing me. Ordered Wingstop. Ooh. I don't think I've ever had Wingstop. I think Buffalo Wild Wings is like the only sort of equivalent I've had. It's alright. Did you just really want wings? For chicken nuggets, gotcha. Yeah, I never really cared for Buffalo Wild Wings either. Oh yeah, if I'm gonna eat wings, it's gotta be boneless. I hate regular wings. Unless I've just had sucky wings, I feel like there's barely any meat on the bone. And I know people say it tastes better, but I don't know about that. Oh, really? I dissociate that I'm eating something once alive. I can understand that. That doesn't bother me personally too much, but I like get that for sure. I thought I would like maybe feel that way when I first started cooking, like really cooking like raw steak or raw chicken or stuff like that, especially for steak, that I'd be like, but that was fine to me. Just weird, but I had to deal with family that refused to give me a vegetarian diet, so it's like food or no food sometimes. But aren't you eating boneless wings now? I guess because they're like boneless, right? Is But before, they just, like, wouldn't give you the option of, like, not eating. Something with bones, huh? Yeah. Two, though, we also get the luxury of not having to actually, like, kill the food ourselves. I've never went hunting or skinned an animal or anything, so I don't know how that would go. Which I'm sure for the first time it's like a sort of feeling, but especially if it's something that you have to do, then, you know, get over it. Okay, now just explain to people I'm just picky with my meats. Husband's family did that. Husband never had to do it, but he knew what happened to their chickens. Yeah. It's definitely an important skill to have, but you know, if it was you're in a situation where you had to do it, but as of now, most people do not, so I'm such an empath I wouldn't handle it. Anyways, how's lubing? You know, I'm lubing. Dash, an attempt was made there. I'll just say that. The attempt is still going, man. Stick markets, they hittin'. What are you saying to me? Dash, you've been studying too much. You're freaking blasting off. But yeah, the stock market's going. Yeah, it's going really well. Very good. It's not. Can't wait for the end of this week. Can't wait for freedom. Told my friend I really want to drink, but school is stopping me. That's the most responsible thing I've ever heard anyone ever say. I really want to drink, but college is stopping me. It's like the opposite of the stereotypical, like, college student. I would go out partying, but I've got to study. He called me an alcoholic, and I told him, well, yeah, you saw me drinking beer at noon. Well, you might be an alcoholic if... you're drinking a Bud Light at noon. Alrighty, Dash. Thank you, thank you. Which I might be ending stream soon anyways, but not sure. All right. Actually, oh man, my back. Instead of getting into this whole like other package of switches right now, I might go ahead and end out stream. Yeah, I think I will. I probably won't be back until maybe like Friday. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Apex tomorrow or not. We'll see. Probably back on Friday or over the weekend or something though. Maybe play some Dark Souls or something. But I also have my 3D printer to try and fix this weekend too, so I don't know how long that's going to take. Like how big of a problem that's going to be, so I don't know. We'll see. If I stream, I stream, I guess. You know? The sort of simplest answer there. But yeah, I might do the rest of these off stream or something, I don't know, but I got a lot to clean up, so I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm just gonna end out. I think tonight we won't go raid or anything right now, because I'm just gonna finish this up and then hit the bed, I think. But thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone, though. Koza, thanks again for the resub. Bannock for the follow. Appreciate it. And everybody hanging out, chatting, all that good stuff. Everybody lurking. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll, like I said, maybe be back Friday, maybe this weekend, but I got some stuff I gotta do, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, have a good night, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.